I do have more cheese than provolone, and I did have a Pavetta subject today, so it was great watching the Masters. Anyway, side note, welcome to the Robbie V show, where this week's topics include, as usual, the MVPs, the dope of the days, and the wonk of the weeks. We're also going to talk about what else is there to talk about. It's Masters weekend, so we're going to talk about the Masters. We'll also talk about UConn and their amazing run, and that's about it. Because I had a late night last night, so you can only do so much. All right. First off, let's talk about the MVPs. Obviously, the first MVP goes to the South Carolina women's basketball team, who defeated Iowa. Hey, they played absolutely great. It was a great game. It was great to watch. Iowa gave them all they can handle, but it just wasn't enough. It was also really nice to see that the South Carolina coach was really classy after the game. They really made a point to go out and praise Caitlin Clark, despite just winning. And it was really, I thought it was a really nice, classy gesture. And I give South Carolina MVP. I also give Caitlin Clark MVP. She handled the loss well, and she didn't get it done, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to have a good face in the face of adversity, and we all appreciate that. So thank you, Caitlin. She might not be MVP, there might be last night some libations maybe talking. So, we're going to roll with it, folks. We're going to roll with it. All right. Dopes of the day. I'd like to call out the Boston road, I think it's the Public Works Department, and maybe Mayor Wu, who decided it was a hot idea to eliminate all the parking on the Summer Street Bridge and make it a bike lane. For all those who don't know, basically the Summer Street Bridge is on Summer Street in Boston. It's actually right by the convention center. Ever since I've been there where I walk by it every day. I work on it and I walk by it every day. So the problem is that parking over there is basically hellacious. There's only really like a couple parking garages. So on-street parking is really critical, especially during these like busy conventions. I see people park there all the time. And I work over there, so there's also workers as well, who use them. The city makes money, and, it's great. And I also just want to point out there's already a bike lane over there, but I digress. So instead of, keeping these parking spaces that are definitely vital to the area, people can go to shops, restaurants. Boston Transportation and Road Authority and Mayor Wu, who I'm sure is a part of this, decides to just put a bike lane there. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not really sure. I honestly don't see a lot of bikes, being used in the Seaport neck of the woods, a lot, and but I see those parking spots filled every day. I'm not really sure what the logic behind it is. I think this is a bad business decision, and I strongly recommend that the Boston Mayor Michelle Wu and other people who are involved in this decision definitely take a look inside and try to figure it out, because it really just wasn't well thought of. We're also going to talk about another dope of the day is Tiffany Hayward, the mayor of what's it called of the city. The city escapes me, but of Illinois. She's very corrupt. She's very she's not what you want in a mayor. How about that? She's not doing well. And then she basically came out and said some, ridiculous statements to, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, but really riled up the people who were in attendance. So I think she needs to stop being mayor. She's also being investigated by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot of Chicago. I think the state of Illinois kind of needs to, and the state of Chicago needs to really look at that and think if she is the best person to do the investigation. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's life. Let's see here. Walk of the week. It probably goes to the walk of the week. Well, oh yeah. Well, walk of the week will probably go to whoever finishes last in the Masters tomorrow. Unfortunately, show favorite, our show friend, the Kirk Minahan show, Fred Couples is on +8, which is really, I hope Freddie has a better round tomorrow. I also hope that the true leader, the dope of the day here, is someone +10. Uh, can't say his name, but he's there. He's not having a good day anyway. Oh, the Masters app just went off. Well, maybe I'm dope of the day because my Masters app went off when I was recording the program. I should have had that silenced. Uh, who's another dope of the day is the Boston Red Sox. They're currently on a 2-day game losing streak. They're really not playing good baseball right now. The defense is atrocious, and it was quite the lack of exuberance for opening day. Having commuted in the city now for almost 25 years, usually there's an energy that day on the train, but there really wasn't, and there definitely wasn't one in the city. So it was just a normal day. You wouldn't even have known it was opening day. Hopefully the Sox can turn it around. They played well in the West Coast swing, I will admit. It was great that they beat up on Oakland and Anaheim. But they're really not. I think their defense first off, they need to play better defense. Second of all, they're actually playing teams that could make the playoffs. So, they're not exactly playing well against a higher level of competition, which is not good. Hopefully the Red Sox can figure it out. I mean, it's going to be a long summer if they can't. So we're going to hope. The Brewers the other night had a bad loss, against Florida. That was exactly what we all wanted to see. Losing 4-1 on home ice is never good, especially this close to playoff season. I mean, my God, what are you going to do? All right, let's talk Masters. So, first of all, today was a great day. Luckily, the rain wasn't as bad as they thought. I was actually up till about 12 o'clock looking at the radar and making sure for the game room chat that we all had the proper information so we can make proper picks. DeChambeau, for the first day, obviously, it's Bryson DeChambeau's world, and everyone's just living in it. He played out of his mind today. He putted really well. He made a lot of great shots. He really seemed to come out with a plan of attack today on Augusta, and he got going early and never looked back. It took Scotty Scheffler a little while to get going, but once he did, he kept going. He got it going. It kind of looks like Scheffler's going to run away with this thing. I don't really think that DeChambeau can keep this up, and I know Scotty Scheffler can. Guys like Willett and Homa and Fox. Willett and Homa are actually, Homa's still on the course. Willett's -4 as of this recording. I suppose this is going to drop tomorrow, so it's first round. I think Homa could make a run. He's a great golfer. This guy Hodger also is playing great today. He's on the 15th before the round got suspended due to darkness. I actually think we were really lucked out in the fact that this rain could have been awful. So for all those who didn't know, who weren't constantly checking the forecast like I was, we were actually. Augusta was actually supposed to get about 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, which would have waterlogged the course, number one, and number two probably made it unplayable for at least until 2 o'clock. But the fact that the storm actually went south for Augusta, way south for Augusta, and actually got out of there around 8 o'clock this morning, it was obviously a great thing. And we lucked out, so it was a great day of golf. ESPN, I thought, I watched the coverage all day today, starting with the 1 o'clock Welcome to the Masters. Welcome to the Masters wasn't exactly the best. I really don't care what George Kittle, wants for beers. I wish they had just basically stuck on Amen Corner, 4, 5, and 6 in the feature groups and just rotated throughout that. But I know it also is on. That's ESPN Plus, so what are you going to do? Maybe they could fix that for next year. I don't know. I just think you just can't get enough of, the first 2 days and obviously the weekend. I was kind of surprised to see, what was it? Ryan Fox in New Zealand make a run. He played really well up until he didn't. When he double bogeyed. I think it was he bogeyed the 13th hole. He hit it into the creek, but hey, he played well. He's definitely in it, and there's not much more I can tell you. I will say though, it is such a beautiful course. Like I always love hole number 16 with the big, especially when the pin is closest to the water. It's always an interesting hole because to watch the ball like trickle down. It's just my opinion. Also, holes 13 and 15, the par fives are a lot of fun too, just to watch people play. And just the history of the Masters is just insane. It's definitely one of my favorite tournaments. Um, I mean, I'll post them, but at Robbie V loves it. My parlays are doing well, so shout out Xander Schauffele for not giving me a heart attack. We started out +2 this morning, and hopefully John Rahm can get it together. His round was really surprising. I honestly thought that he would play a lot better. He just didn't. He couldn't really get any momentum going. But I think on Friday he'll be a name to watch to make a move. He didn't seem that happy, obviously, in the ESPN post round one interview. So I think he'll be a golfer to watch. I do think DeChambeau is going to come back to earth. I don't think. I mean, I said this. I don't think he can keep this up. Another name to watch, I guess, if Corey Connors. Connors does, for whatever reason, very well in this tournament. I think the 3 out of the past 4, or no, I think it's 3 out of the last 4, but I know it's at least twice. He's finished top 10. I mean, there's something about his game in Augusta where he really just loves the course, and he's a lot of fun to watch. I think one of the storylines for tomorrow is how much golf Tiger Woods is going to have to play and how that's going to affect him. He's through 13 holes as of this recording, so he's going to have to play another 5. Then he's going to have to play the 18 in the second round. So it'll be a really big storyline tomorrow if his back holds up and his back holds up and his swing holds up, and he's actually able to complete this. I'm rooting for Tiger. I think he's, he put golf on the map. He's incredible, and he has so many iconic shots at Augusta and other great courses that I hope he wins. I mean, not hope he wins. He's not going to win, but I hope he makes the cut. I know it was a pain. I know last year it was a little pain with all the stuff, but what are you going to do? Excuse me. Guys, I was a little surprised he didn't do better today. Obviously, Jordan Spieth, he's +2 at 11. I know he has time, but still. Sam Burns, +3. He should have played better today. Obviously, I wanted Fred Couples to do well. Fred Couples is a friend of the show. But I'll post my golf picks up on the Robbie V Loves It. So you guys can all see him and emulate if you want. If you don't, I understand. I will do a lock of the week probably since the Masters. I'll probably just announce it Saturday. I don't know if it'll be Masters related. I haven't done one in a while. I need to get back on it. But yeah, I mean, I had a good weekend last weekend, so what are you gonna do? Anyway, so the other finally though, to put the ball in the Masters talk, the big takeaway for tomorrow is the weather. If the player, whoever you have in your lineups or have money on, if they can get through tomorrow, I mean, the conditions to score become much more favorable on Saturday and Sunday. So just kind of keep that in mind. You just got to kind of have to make it through today, with your lineups and whatnot, and then just kind of let the chips fall where they may over the weekend. I will say, it's been a good tournament so far. And I hope this, and I will say for the second round, I guess if there was one golfer who I thought was going to make a run and really just, do it to make a run tomorrow at the leaderboard, I think it's Rahm. I mean, just because he didn't look happy, I think he can play better. He can play much better. And I think he definitely makes the cut without a problem. Zalatoris is another one. Patrick Reed, who won the Masters, I believe, in 2019, he's another guy who can make a run. He knows the course. He knows what it takes. So those are the names I would watch tomorrow. All right, so we'll do a lock of the week on pick on Saturday. I don't know if it's going to be golf related. And I hope everyone enjoys the Masters tournament, and just keep keep following at Robbie V Loves It and at the Robbie V Show. And hey, sit back and enjoy the best golf tournament in the world. There's no doubt about it. Also watch the Kirk Minahan Show and watch the Kirk Minahan Network. There's a lot of great shows. Consistency Podcast, the what was it, Mick, and many other shows that you should dive right into. All right, well, this is Robbie V. Coming from you from down the street, coming from you from his house. All right, this is Robbie V signing off. And remember, get your Pavetta sandwich before the Masters tomorrow, and tell him Robbie V sent you. All right, good night.